All right, everyone. We are back. March Hunter Ricky here. We are talking about chapter 1100 of One Piece. And what a monumental chapter it was. Obviously, we're still in the midst of Kuma's backstory. We're kind of actually towards the end of it rather than the midst. So we already are feeling the feels. We already know how this is going to go. And I just want to bring up a point that knowing the end of a story does not diminish the relevance of it. And I think Kuma is the perfect example of that. And furthermore, I want to also reiterate in this video, and I will numerous times, that Kuma is the true essence of One Piece. He is someone who's done it all. Pirate, semi-explorer, revolutionary, slave, warlord, government dog, cyborg, mindless robot. Kuma literally has gone through the rough because of the Celestial Dragon, specifically Saint J. Garcia Saturn. And I believe it was Randy Troy who has said this in his latest videos, that it's really the pettiness of Saturn because of Kuma's childhood moment back in God Valley that caused Saturn to take a lifelong anger towards Kuma. And I'm going to go ahead and agree with this, call that a Randy W, and say that this chapter proves that. Because there is numerous ways to make Kuma obey, but he chose the cruelest path to do so. And even then, still, when Kuma is clearly going to obey, Saturn still has the cards in his hands and says, we're gonna do XYZ to Bonnie unless you listen. So let's fully dive into the chapter now. But this video is not necessarily a chapter review, rather speaking of the relevance of this chapter to his whole backstory. So in this backstory, we see Kuma has met Vegapunk. We see the terms of their deal. However, we are greeted with Kizaru standing on business, which is, shout out JD Legend. He's been calling him Big Business Borsalino now. It really seems like Oda's a JD Legend fan. But Kizaru's here on business to let Vegapunk know that his backroom deal with the pirate Bartholomew Kuma was not really well appreciated by J. Garcia Saturn. Due to being a military scientist, he is now going to be under the scrutiny of the Gorosei. And we are seeing it front and center here. Gorosei, Saint J. Garcia Saturn's on the Den Mushi with his own face and likeness on it. This is a Whitebeard one. He is telling Kuma and Vegapunk how the deal will now be arranged from here on out. Bonnie will be healed, but due to the exorbitant amount of resources and money it will take, 3 stipulations will happen. Kuma will be a warlord. Kuma will become a cyborg. And at the end of the process of Bonnie's healing and Kuma's surgery, Kuma will have his individuality and mind wiped. This pisses off Vegapunk, which is the most emotional we've seen him yet. And, well, it doesn't matter how mad he is because Saint J. Garcia Saturn is holding all the cards here due to being the warrior god of science and defense. Even Kizaru does not look like this is something he wants to be a part of, but unfortunately his hands are tied. And we, even now in the present day, we see this whole situation coming full circle. Who's back on the island? Bonnie, Kizaru, Sentomaru. Who's in this flashback? Bonnie, Kizaru, Sentomaru. And what are they doing? They are growing a relationship with this girl that they could not deny. Because realistically, if Borsalino was so heartless, if Mr. Kizaru was so heartless, he would not have grown that close to Bonnie. And honestly, I just realized I'm not wearing my signature shirt. 1 second. And well, if Kizaru wanted to be heartless, he wouldn't have had a fostered relationship with Bonnie. He would not have allowed himself to get so close to them. But I think when a child that's such as her is so charming and so endearing, and you just feel for this girl, and you want the best for her, you end up becoming something of an uncle to her. And this is the whole point of One Piece. This is why Kuma is the essence of One Piece, because the found family that has grown together on Egghead Island is now the found family that is getting destroyed on Egghead Island. And I do think that there is some sort of poetic justice that is going to happen here. I just don't know what's going to happen. Like, maybe what started on Egghead of Saint J. Garcia Saturn stifling Kuma's freedom, turning him into a cyborg, will come back to bite him in the ass if at the end of Egghead arc, Luffy versus Saturn, or maybe right now, like how I think it's going to play out, how Bonnie is held up in the air by Saturn, Kuma is going to teleport into the mix and just explode on Saturn. Whether that means literal exploding and he dies, or that means he just unleashes all his might on Saturn, who knows? But we do know that this flashback is now the full approach end. Next one has to be the last one. Just like 2 videos back, I said the next video has to be, or the next chapter has to be him eating Vegapunk. That is sure as sugar what we got. And this one, this is it. Kuma has now become a warlord. Ace is still in the picture. This is right before One Piece starts. And at the very end of the chapter, we see Luffy getting chased by like a tiger or something, which is hilarious. But we see Kuma at FOOSHA Village. We'll find out why next chapter for sure. My idea is that he somehow got whiff of Dragon's child being there due to government interference, right? So obviously Dragon didn't tell anyone this, but Kuma might have easily found this out being a warlord, and someone's like, listen, I heard the revolutionary dragon has a child somewhere in the East Blue in the Goa Kingdom. Kuma, you're a revolutionary. Go take care of this, government dog. I really think that's what happened, right? And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But if you do, let me know down below. This is the most ultimate tragedy, because what did Saturn also do to Kuma to make him obey? He threatened to make Bonnie a slave should he ever see her again. Let that sink in. The same fate her mother had to endure, he is now dangling over Kuma's head with his daughter. And there is just something so vile and disgusting about that I truly hate St. J. Garcia Saturn so badly. And I want that man's downfall. I want him to fall down. I want him down. I want Luffy to be the one to bring him down. I want Borsalino to betray them, or just stay down. You got punched in the brain anyways. You can't be feeling good. So all in all, like, this chapter has proven to me that the government, specifically the evil side of it, will go to every length possible to keep the world squished under their thumb. And it's very sad to see this, but it'll make Luffy's ascent to Pirate King that much sweeter. As usual, I will probably cut the video here. Got a couple more closing thoughts, such as, how will Bonnie get out of this? She is literally clutched by J. Garcia Saturn. You know, Kuma going to FOOSHA Village, I really feel like after a couple panels of that, like at the end of the chapter, next chapter, we have to be coming back to the present time. And my guessing, my full force fledged prediction is that Kuma will pop up on Egghead right in front of Bonnie. I feel like this was his last will instilled to him by Vegapunk, just like some final orders such as, you know, protecting the Thousand Sunny over the time skip and whatnot. And hopefully somehow we get the full tie-ins, loose ends of why Kuma chose the Straw Hats. Other than the obvious, you know, they're the good guys. But I want to know how Kuma found that out, you know? Anyways, wild chapter, some good looking pizza, Kizaru can really wear the crap out of a suit, and Vegapunk looks scary when he's angry. Oh, we also see the reason why he made the clones. That was very interesting to me. But I don't have a lot of time on my hands right now, so you all have a great afternoon. Thank you for watching the channel. And this is the last video on my phone. I'm looking at it right now. I have produced every single video and short on this channel on that phone right there. Got a new laptop coming in, and just wanted to thank everyone for sticking with me with these low quality videos and edits and all that. Everything is changing for the better very soon. Also, Bonnie's cute little drawing for Kuma, the little dad picture she drew. I have a daughter. I have 2 daughters actually, and a son. But my daughter drew a little Tyrannosaurus Rex for me once, and I keep it very close by. And when a child draws you something, regardless of what it looks like, you keep that drawing forever, because that's a moment in time preserved for when your child wanted to do something nice for you. And I hope Kuma still has that picture to this day. Anyways, I've been Merch Hunter Ricky. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Thanks for watching.